Hey, what's up, guys? I'm back. 5 tips to help you get more stuff done at work, in your personal life, for your family. 5 tips. Let's get started. So tip number 1 is gonna be it's called front end load. Front end loading, right? So I was introduced to this term about a year ago by one of my mentors, and I said, man, I have a lot of stuff I need to do, and I feel like I don't have enough time to get stuff done. I need more time. I don't have enough time, right? That was my excuse. I need more time. He says, well, have you tried to, front end load? And I said, what does that mean? Like load up a truck or what? What are you talking about? And so he's like, well, first of all, let me tell you, my mentor is like very business, like professional guy. And I'm like over here from the street smarts. And he's like, you need to learn how to front end load. And I'm like, dude, what is it? The hell does that mean? Right? So anyway, he explained to me. After he explained to me, I really got what he was, trying to tell me, and I started applying it. I started applying it into my life, and that's one thing about me. Like if I get advice from one of my mentors, or if I study something, and I feel, you know what, this is a very powerful tip. This is a very powerful thing I can apply into my life. I don't procrastinate. I just do it, and by being able to do that, I'm able to achieve a lot of success. And I share this with you because a lot of times we don't have access. A lot of people don't have access to pay money to get mentors. So that's why I share this information, because maybe you might come across this video and maybe just one of the tips that I give you changes your whole perspective on life. And it's something that I had to pay to get. But if I can change someone else's life, man, more power to you. I want you to apply it in your life. I want you to make sure that you apply it so that you provide a better future for your family. Shit. Right, so check it out. Front end loading, how does it work? Front end loading is very simple. Basically, what you do is you start off your day with putting the hardest things that you have to do, the most important things you have to do at the front of your list. You make a list of everything you have to do. You put this at the very top. The most important things that you have to do for your life that's going to move you forward. The most important things, okay? And what happens is, we have this thing built in. It's called an energy tank, right? It's kind of similar to a gas tank on a car, but we have this energy tank. And a lot of times our energy tank, if we don't manage it right, it wastes really fast, right? So how does it waste really fast? It wastes really fast because, we run into stressful situations. We're trying to do a million things at one time. We're trying to problem solve. We're trying to deal with situations. We're answering phone. We're answering emails. We're doing texts. We're checking our Facebook. We're checking our Instagram. Like, we're doing all these things, and it's draining your mental energy. It's draining your energy tank, right? So what happens is, this happens a lot. About 5 o'clock comes, 6 o'clock comes, and you look at your list. You're like, man, I don't feel like I got anything done, right? Well, try the front end loading technique. Put the things that are most important at the top of your list. That way you can hit those things first. That way at the end of the day you can say, you know what? I didn't get all 20 things done, but I got the 3 most important things that I wanted to get done for the day. That's called front end loading, all right? Tip number 2 is morning mindset. So before I get into the morning mindset, I need you to do me a small favor. I need you to subscribe, and I need you to hit the thumbs up button. If you can share this video, I would love you forever if you can just share that video. The reason why is because I want YouTube to recognize my videos. I want my videos to reach the masses. I want people from everywhere that don't have access to mentors, they don't have access to personal business coaches, to get this information, because I paid thousands of dollars for it. But why would I have all the information and not want to share it? Why would I die with the music in me, right? So never die with the music in you. If you have a skill, if you learn something that changed your life, share it with somebody. Just share it to someone for free. Just give it to them, because you never know what difference you can make in someone's life by just sharing what you have been through, sharing some life experiences, right? So do that. Please share. Number 2 is morning mindset. So what is the morning mindset, right? So average people, most everybody, and I'm guilty of it too, because I grew up waking up to an alarm clock because my lazy ass wasn't getting up, right? So I had to set the alarm clock in. So my mind would react to the alarm clock, right? But when your mind reacts to the alarm clock, what happens is you wake up in an emergency mindset. Think about that. you wake up in an emergency mindset. So whenever you wake up, because you're waking up to the alarm clock, your mind's already racing. Your blood pressure's already raised. You already kind of got some stress going on. So what happens is your decision making is not as sharp. That's why you'll forget you'll forget your lunch. You'll forget something at the house. You're racing to work. You forget, and then you're like, man, I'm having a bad day. Right? Your morning mindset wasn't prepared. You woke up with this reaction mindset, and so you're just reacting, and then your day continues. And when you operate in reaction mindset, when you're just reacting to situations, reaction to events, you're just reacting, that's gonna drain your energy fast. That's like fast drain. That's like having your phone on. That's like trying to record on your cell phone for 5 hours. That's gonna drain your battery like quick. That's the same thing. When you wake up in that mindset, it's like you're trying to record something for 5 hours on your cell phone, and think about how fast your battery's gonna die. That's the same way your mental energy works. Okay, so think about that morning mindset. How can you have a better morning mindset, right? Well, one way you can do this is, there's several ways you can do it. I'll share all of them with you, right? One of them is pre-preparing yourself for bedtime, right? So before you go to bed, an hour before your bed, stay off your phone, lay down and just relax, breathe, get your body in a relaxed mindset, take a hot shower, make your body warm. If you're having problems sleeping, maybe try some teas that help you relax. Maybe listen to some meditation music. Get your mind in a relaxed state, right? Get your mind in a comfortable state, and you're like, man, I can't rest because I'm just thinking about what I got to do the next day. How do you fix that? Well, the way you fix that is you write everything that you're thinking about. So if you have 100 things that you got to do tomorrow, and you're trying to go to bed, but you're trying to remember what you got to do for the next day, you're going to have a restless sleep. So write everything down on paper. That way it's out of your mind. You kind of like you put it on paper, and you know it's going to be there in the morning. So you don't have to think about trying to remember it. You already know it's going to be on a piece of paper. So just put it on paper. And what happens is, whenever you put the things you got to do for the next day on paper, the craziest thing will happen. Your mind will go to work to come up with a strategy to how to get that stuff done. Instead of your mind going to sleep trying to just remember what you need to do, your mind will go to work on how to get that list done, how to get it done in the most efficient way. Your mind is a crazy thing. A lot of times we don't even use our mindset because we're just reacting to life, and we don't pay attention to how much mental skills, how much we can use our mind. We neglect it sometimes. So hey, number 2 is morning mindset. Number 3 is going to be a difficult one for a lot of people, and I'm guilty of it too, because sometimes I slip off and I have to like force myself to get back on track. But it's going to be working out, and just pushing yourself mentally, physically, right? And so if you're having like a stressful day, if you're just tensed and you're just like, oh, aggravated, go for a jog, go for a walk, do something to kind of like release a tension, get your blood, force yourself to kind of get your blood flowing, get aggravated, and just work out, take that stress out, right? What it also does, this is something that's very, very powerful, right? It builds up your stress level, right? So think about this, like if you don't work out and you have a poor diet and you're having to deal with stress a lot, it's gonna take a toll on your body. It's gonna wear your body out because you're not eating the proper things to keep your body, at peak energy levels, and you're not exercising. You're not stretching your mental strength, right? So how do you strengthen your mental strength, right? And so one thing that I do is I'll push myself and really get my heart rate to kind of go up as much as I can. I'll just keep I'll get my heart rate to like 130, 140. I'll really push it, even 160 sometimes. and then I'll make myself recover. I'll see how fast I can recover and get my blood pressure as low as possible. So if I can get my blood pressure to 150 and I'm pushing it for as long as I can, right? And then I stop and I start to breathe and I recover and I say, okay, you know what? I got my blood pressure down from 150 to back to 90 pretty quick. So think about when you're in a stressful situation at work or something, you're in reaction mode, right? And you get stressed out. The thing is, you're not prepared to recover. You don't know how to recover fast enough. So what happens is it drains your mental energy. It takes you too long to recover. By then you're already exhausted. You're like, man, have you ever got in an argument, right? And you're just like, man, you know what? I don't even want to argue anymore. I'm just exhausted. That's a good example of your energy bank just being depleted. Like that just drew your energy tank, right? It's because you weren't sure and you weren't prepared and you don't know how to handle that situation. And so it has drained all your energy. So working out is going to be something that's going to help you prepare for bigger, opportunities. It actually helps you prepare for bigger opportunities because when a big opportunity comes your way, you won't be stressed out about it. And if you possibly do get stressed out about it, you'll know how to recover and regain your focus. Say, okay, you know what? I got this. I can handle this problem, right? All right. So number 3 was walking, exercise, jogging, whatever. Number 4 is going to be a very powerful one. Before we get into number 4, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Hit the thumbs up. I'm trying to get YouTube to pay some respect to me and say, hey, this guy knows what he's talking about. We gotta show him some love, right? So hey, show me some love. I really appreciate it, right? So number 4 is self-improvement. And whenever I speak about self-improvement, or whenever someone that just works a regular job, or someone hey, you know what? My life is cool. I have the family, I have the kids. I'm not trying to open a business. I'm not trying to be, a billionaire. I'm just trying to live my life. I'm just trying to live for tomorrow. I'm just trying to, self-improvement is going to be beneficial for everybody. Why is it beneficial? Because life is about problem solving. So a lot of times when you're in a stressful situation, it's because you're not sure how to solve that problem, right? So look, self-improvement doesn't have to necessarily be about business. It can be about money management. It can be about communication. It can be about how to, build a stronger marriage, how to build a healthier family, how some different ways to cook dinner, right? Some cooking recipes is self-improvement, because check this out. You can study just recipes, right? And so by you studying recipes, it's gonna teach you how to make healthier meals. So if you're able to make healthier meals, that means you're able to have more energy because you're eating healthier, and you have more mental energy because you're eating better, right? All because you decided to learn some new recipes. So look, self-improvement is everything, man. I mean, from money management to how to build your credit. Check it out. I even studied how to coupon, because I was like, why is everybody so hyped up on couponing? What is the deal about it, right? And I also learned some couponing tips. I don't coupon, but it's always good because I like to study it, because it's always good for conversation, right? So you never know, you might meet someone that loves couponing, and you might be able to share them some tips. So I don't know. I studied couponing. It was pretty cool little subject. But anyway, hey, number 5 is gonna be this is going to be very important, right? And so if you haven't read the book, The One Thing, this is where the tip number 5 comes from. The one thing. So do one thing at a time. What do you mean one thing? I'm a multitasker. That's what's on my resume. I'm a multitasker. I can do 10 things at one time. No, look. Focus on one thing. If you're doing 5 projects at one, and I'm talking like projects where you have to make sure that stuff is in order. You have to make sure. Okay, look, focus on one thing at a time. Get it done. We'll move to the next thing, right? I didn't notice. I didn't know the importance of this until someone pointed it out to me. They said, you're trying to do too many things at one time. You're trying to take on too many responsibilities at one time. And so being that every, I think that a lot of people are responsible. Like if they tell you they're gonna do something, they're gonna do it, right? So what happens? How does being responsible become a weakness to us? And the reason why it becomes a weakness is because we overcommit to too many projects. And so by overcommitting to too many projects, we're stretching ourselves thin. But look, so you're working on one project, right? And you're focused on this project. You know what needs to be done. You know the details, and you're like, okay, I gotta make sure I get this done. I gotta make sure I don't forget that. I gotta make sure I get this done, right? So then you're doing this, but then you jump to this project. So now you're having to spend about maybe 20 minutes to 30 minutes trying to figure out what you needed to do for this, right? So now you're into this project, right? So now you're like, okay, well, let me figure out what I gotta do on this other project. So now that's another 20, 30 minutes, all right? Think about that. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8. That's already like an hour. Like you already spent like an hour just trying to remember what you needed to do for each project. And so that's a big energy drainer. That's a big mental drainer because you're having to stop and you're having to go into your subconscious and you're saying, okay, where was I at on this project? Let me pull up that file. Let me download where I was at last. Let me reboot and let me kind of get myself together, right? So look, that what drains energy. If you're not on this, proper diet and you're not, drinking, gallons of water a day and you're not on this peak level, you're not going to be able to perform like that for long. You're going to get stressed out. You're going to be overwhelmed. And what happens is you're going to start to fall short on your commitment. And then your strength of being a responsible person now becomes one of your weaknesses because you can't deliver on time. So that was tip number 5. Hey guys, I hope this video found some value. I hope you found some value in this video. But hey, check it out. Remember to hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up. I appreciate that. Leave some comments if this video was helpful in any way. If any one of the tips really struck home with you, I want to know about it, and I appreciate your time. Thank you.